I talk to Alan all the time about this. I'm really worried about where our country is headed. I am very, very worried. As a parent, as a community leader, as a financial planner, I'm very worried about the state of our nation. We're ranked 32nd in the world in math, which is a tragedy. We have 17 trillion national debt, unfunded liabilities that exceed $75 trillion. And the wealth inequality, I'm very worried about that. I'm very worried about the sentiment in this country around that. And I think Democrats and Republicans have a lot of problems because they haven't really addressed the underlying problems with how to go about solving that, which is something that we're adamant about doing. And there are several things that we do as an organization that really differentiates ourselves from other organizations. Number one, we focus a lot on financial education. Financial education is critical because whether you're poor or middle class or wealthy, money is something that we all can relate to. We can all relate to. We do a lot of things differently. Basically what we do with our financial education program is everything that I learned as a financial planner, I actually teach the young people in a language they can understand. Because it's a very complicated subject, but I think if you can speak the language of your audience, people can learn anything. Even kids who grow up in that environment, they can learn just about anything. We focus on finances because we realize that if we can get kids to think beyond where they are today and think about careers down the road, that will enhance their trajectory as far as them wanting to have a successful life. Financial education is very important. We have summer programs that we do at Wellington, at Columbus Academy, and we do programs on our own. I just started something called Funderburke Elite Training Program. And Funderburke is a program that I do around athletics. And it's not just athletics, but it's mental development. And one of the things we do there is we try to help kids maximize their full potential. I was rated one of the top 5 players coming out of high school. Every school in the country wanted me. I actually played before Ohio State. I played at a school called Indiana University for Bobby Knight. If we have time, I'll talk about Bobby Knight. I'm sure a lot of you probably want to ask me questions about Bobby Knight. But one of the things that I regret growing up is if I had to do it all over again, what would I do differently? And as an athlete, as Michael Jordan told me, I would have brought it every day. I wouldn't have rested on the fact that I was one of the top players in the country, or when I came to Ohio State, one of the most visibly recognized players in the country in college. I would have done things a little bit differently as far as my approach just every day to bringing it. And that's what we do with the Funderburke training program with young people, girls and boys. This next component is the Mr. Fundy's Math Basketball Challenge. We teamed up with Spalding to work on and help young people build their math skills. And it's a free resource. I don't know how many of you are connected to the Dublin School District or not, but we went to Hilliard, Westerville, Gahanna, Chillicothe, and Columbus City schools. It's a free resource where I come into the schools and I talk about math. And the reason why I love math so much, I know we have an industrial engineer there from Turkey. I played with a guy named Hito Turkoglu. I don't know if you know that, but Hito he's an interesting guy as well, you know. And we focus on math because without math, if you don't have those attributes, the critical thinking, the problem solving, the organizing, you're going to have a very hard time making it in life. And they did this study, and this is a study, and it's kind of a controversial study, but they found out that in the prefrontal cortex, if a young person's brain is not developed in math, then he or she will have trouble making the right moves as far as short-term decisions and weighing them against long-term consequences. That's just a fact. But I know a lot of times when people think in terms of a lot of the problems that we have in the inner city, I've found that a lot of kids who struggled in life really struggled in math. They struggled in life and they struggled in math. And that's why we focus so much on math skills. So this is a free resource where I come in there and I go into the schools, and at 6'9", and I've had a few knee surgeries, and I got to sit in those little chairs with the kids. And it takes me back because I was so hungry, and I was hungry physically, but I was hungry figuratively to want to be successful in life. And I love math, and math took me places that I never imagined in my life. And to go into these schools, and a lot of these kids, they have no idea who I am because I played a while ago, and they heard about me, but they don't really know me. But to take them and walk them through math and show math in a practical way just enlightens them and gives them that impetus to want to do well in math.